Welcome. My name is Mark Anthony Dubose Jr. I was born July 4th, 1986. Today I want to talk about something that is a interesting phenomenon that I just have come to realize. Going on my walk today just really got me thinking about some dogs. I'm walking my dogs and helping people out with dogs and talking about some dogs, and I just get to thinking about some dogs. And when I get to thinking about some dogs, I get to thinking about, the way that I approach dogs, the way that I view dogs. When I see dog, I see dog. I'm not trying to, in reality, make it try to be what it isn't. I just want it to be a dog. And I want the dog to be able to be a dog. And something that I've just really come to realize is very interesting. That if what I'm saying, if what I'm doing, if what I'm all about is not going to be able to get anybody help, why is it that we have so many people on this planet that try to talk so negatively about what it is that I do? Something that I would say is a very interesting thing. If I'm a said dog trainer that's out here trying to give you some bad advice, some no good stuff that ain't gonna work, that nothing's gonna happen from it, you're gonna constantly keep on fumbling, stumbling, and you're not gonna get any success. In reality, you would want more and more people like me speaking up, because the ones that are said making the money, I'm gonna send more to you, because my way I'm talking about dogs, the way I'm working with dogs, and the way I am about dogs is gonna make people just stumble and fumble to the point that they're just like, I don't know where to go. I don't know what to do. Everything, this, and this dude here, he's made it everything worse for me in reality. And my dog is just worse than I've ever seen it before. As a fellow dog trainer that's doing what dog trainers do, we all doing business. We're all out here to be competitive in a way. And that's something that I've realized that I'm not, and that's why I don't really, care to speak up and say what it is that I say. Because the main thing is, if I was a, say, rival dog trainer, someone that my methods work and no one else's possibly could be right, I would want to share my message to absolutely everyone that I possibly could as a dog trainer, because I would want people to start to try to do the stuff that I talk about and see that things are going to start failing, and see that things are just continuing to keep on getting worse, and to see that things are just, the people are in so much more confusion with just standing and doing nothing with their dog, that you're going to watch that your dog keeps getting so bad that now they have to call you, the said dog trainer that is trying to, take the business away from me. And again, I have no business to offer anybody. You want to buy something from me? You can buy some baby chicks. You can buy some hatching eggs. You can buy some dog food. I got dog food. I got dog treats. I even make dog treats. I got all these little things that I can sell you. But it's got nothing to do with no dog training. And dog training, in my opinion, is very basic, that I still have it in me that majority of all people on this planet, if not all people, I can never say all. That's why I'm just going to say majority of all, know what the heck to do with their dog, with what they are looking for, with what they want, with what they're desiring. And it's something that I want to be able to say something to get into you to be able to make that happen. But in reality, if what I'm saying and what I'm talking about is not giving you any sort of help, any sort of success, any sort of anything, then what I'm saying should be spread to absolutely every single person on the planet. And please don't share my message, because that's the one thing that I do know is very, very complicated about this dog stuff. The more that you're in the situation of despair, the more that you're struggling, the more that you're hurting, you don't want anyone else to know. So in reality, I like to be able to be very one-on-one and come in very discreetly and be very just that word intimate is what it is. We're not being physical here. We're just being able to share and being able to experience life, be able to understand that I see your problems. I see what's going on with you. I see the struggles you got going on. And in reality, I don't want anyone else to know that you've got these struggles going on. I want you to just be able to have this for yourself. I don't want to go on social media and say, oh, this guy helped me get through all my problems, and my dog was biting me, my dog was this, and now my dog isn't. To me, that's foolishness. I don't want the whole world to know what that's the best way of putting it. Make it very, very clear, because the majority of my audience, y'all, is 25 and above, so I don't care. I can just say what I say and be frank. You don't want to put your bedroom information out there for the public to see. You want that to be very, very, very hidden. And in reality, the more that we have more chaos in our life, the less that we really want people to just actually hear about that. When your kid is getting suspended from school every other weekend, or every weekend, ain't at school. If you gotta go to school on the weekend, your kid is really messing up. He on extra duty, extra time. But if your kid is fights every day, getting suspended every week, you don't want to say that to anybody. You don't want any of your even friends to know. You don't even want any of your family to even know. You want to just keep that between yourselves. So that's why something that I'm talking about, why, for one, I don't want other people to be all in my personal business. It's my personal business. I don't want the whole world to know about it. And I want more people to just really kind of understand that the more you allow others into your bedroom business, the more that you're getting into just an absolute level of chaos. because they don't know who you are. I don't know you, but I do know one thing, that I can share the simple things that I've been able to see how to be able to get my dogs to get better. 'Cause I've been down this hole, people. Like, I've been down giving them the treats to get them to work. I've been down using the leash to get them to do what I want. I've been down using both of them. I've been down to the point of using my e-collar to the point that the dog is screaming. And it's not, it's like, I'll do it. Yes, sir, because I'm about to die if I don't listen to you. I've been down all these routes. And I've just come to realize that in the end, I just wasn't getting what I wanted, which was just to be able to hang out, just to be able to go places, just to be able to relax, just to be able to say to my dog, like, let's stop the foolishness right now. You know, my puppy, my border collie here, he ain't a puppy today, but he's 6 years old. But when I had him as a puppy, it was much different, much different. But when you're bringing in a dog from who knows where, who knows how old, who knows his back history, his backstory, things are a little bit different, I'm going to say. But still at the same time, I didn't come up with this dog with no treats, no nothing, no play, no. We came out for purpose, move cows. I mean, that's what he likes doing, but that's what he's supposed to do. And he just, that's all that I had. But all my other dogs, when I didn't know, and I can still say with some puppies that I played with, that all these techniques weren't giving me anything, but just extreme amount of frustration. So something that in reality, I would want more people to really think about is the more that, like, your said competitor is wanting to bash about how they're no good, no this, no that, no this, the more that I would want them to, like, spread the message of what I'm saying so that you would get more work. Because if what I'm saying is just so no good, so nothingness, so pointless, it's not going to get you anywhere, then what? For me, this is just the way I look at the world, people. If I know that it's not going to help anybody, I am going to put zero energy into it. Zero. I'm just going to look and say, oh, that's silly. I'm just going to move over here now. Because I know that the more that I put into it, the more that there's something there that's going on that's just making people just want to, like, now I want to know more. Because why are you out here just talking so bad about it? Because I'm not just this own unique person out here talking about these dogs this way. There's a lot of people. And I watch y'all's channels, and unfortunately, y'all get a heck of a lot of pushback. And it's hard to continue to keep going when you're getting so much pushback. It takes a specific person on this planet to just keep pushing through all the pushback. And it's something that I think is interesting, and it's challenging, but it's something that I don't care. And I'm going to continue to keep pushing that message. So even though others are like, I don't want to speak about it because you're deep in your feelings about stuff, I'm going to just continue to keep on doing what I'm doing. And it's something that if I'm getting so much from my competitor, another professional, then what is going on here? What is actually happening? Because again, if I had nothing, if I was doing nothing, if I was giving no one no help, no one was seeing any sort of results, I would just disappear tomorrow. No one would continue to keep on putting a comment. No one would keep on trying to share. No one would keep on trying to do anything if you weren't actually getting anywhere. And that's one thing that I really want a lot of people to think about. Because one thing that I know, I've been doing a lot of this YouTube look, and it's fascinating to me that everybody gets stuck on, like, subscribers and stuff. But I look at some dog trainers, y'all got 500,000 subscribers, but your daily views are getting 10 views. Not joking. I'm not even trying to poke fingers at it. It's like 10 views and 15 views and maybe 100 one of your videos one week. So it's almost like you built that audience to be able to, like, see that, hey, something's working, but then everyone realizes it's actually not working. It's not going anywhere. And that's one thing that, for me, again, I don't know everything, and I don't have everything figured out. And I'm not just the genius and just the perfect of the perfectness. Oh, they're the pig, cool. I'm not the perfect of the perfectness. I'm just a simple guy with simple techniques, with simple things that I was trying all these other things and not seeing anywhere. And then I tried something different. And I'm like, hey, this is kind of interesting. This is neat. So something that I could even say about myself. The more and more that you just continue to keep on working at it, the more that you're just going to continue to see with the same stuff that I see. Things get better. As opposed to everything else I was doing, things were getting worse. Things were just getting worse. Things were just like, I was just like, oh my goodness, what the heck is happening? What is going on here? Why is it that one moment things are looking like it's all right, and the next moment everything I did was for nothing? I mean, I literally was working with a dog for 2 solid years to get him to understand to come to me. And after that 2 solid years, he still wasn't doing it the way that it should have looked like for doing it 2 solid years every single day. And I was like, there's something going on here that's just not lining up. It's not working here. And I was working, and that's the thing that everyone says, oh, the equipment, and everything fades away. You're not going to need it anymore. And I was just like on that same belief. And then I realized that it actually, no, I needed more. I needed even more stuff. I needed more tools. I needed more techniques. I needed more. And I was just going insane with the mores. And I was like, when can I just get to the point that we're good, man? When can I just get to that point? When can I get to that point that we're no longer just in this hostile style of being and we're just good? And that's why, for me, the main thing that I've really come to realize that the differences here is what real trust is and what true respect is. What the realness behind it, and not the games. The games is what's destroying us right now with having relationships across the board. It's the games that everybody's playing. Oh, he didn't text you back, or don't double text, or don't this, and wait 4 hours before you this to make yourself look busy, and even simple stuff like that. Games. The simple things of how to try to even get work. That you're trying to bash this person, to bash that person, to try to get more people to pay attention to you, and doing this. You're playing games. And the more games that you keep playing, the more that people are going to continuously keep on running away. That's why, for me, the main thing is I like to be a person that is just straight up about what it is that I do, and give you just the understanding that everything that I do is not going to work for you at the end of the day. And that's why I want you to just do the one thing that I'm going to continuously keep on saying, which is do nothing and start to see what's going to happen. Have your dog, put the dog on a leash and just have the dog hang out with you. And I'm even changing a little bit of what I'm even going to say to that and add to that. And say, allow the dog to naturally do what it does once it realizes it just has to stay with you. Just give it time. Don't rush things. I started rushing things, and I started running into going to the same thing, needing more. To the point that there was one time I looked at this dog and she wasn't doing what I wanted, and I yanked that leash on her, and she looked at me like, buddy, you do that one more time, I'm telling you. You do that one more time. And I was like, I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. And I realized the more that I just started letting all of it go and just having the dog hang with me, the more that I'm showing other people to do the same stuff, the more that I'm seeing that the dog-human relationship is getting much better, as opposed to just forcing every little thing. Yes, okay, you got me. I'm forcing a dog to stay with me because I got a leash on her. Yes, you got me. But this is the part that I'm going to say, this is the natural way of life. The natural way of just what we have with being with dogs. If you do not want to put the leash on a dog and tell the dog to stay with you, then don't get a dog. Don't get a dog. Because you're going to fumble and you're going to stumble. And if you're thinking that you're going to be able to keep treats around all the time to keep that dog with you all the time, you're going to fumble, you're going to struggle. Can it be done? Yes, I've done it. My border collie, I never put a leash on that dog. And he comes to me, he stays around me. He could run off after my neighbor's dog running right now. He can go fence fighting, and I can recall him off from here, and he'll listen to me 100% of the time. But this is something different. This is a very, that's why I'm when people talk about, oh, you showing me these border collies and all these shepherds and all this stuff, show me a different dog. I hear you, because not all border collies I met, but most all that I've seen, they're very agreeable. They are just like, they are so in tune with wanting to please so much. That's why, for me, at the end of the day, I can't not recommend a border collie to somebody, because they are just like, what you want? What are we doing? Where we going? Where we going? But you got to also know how to be able to deal with that amount of energy that it's like, let's go do something. And you're like, just want to hang all day. And it's like, hey, we're gonna stumble and we're gonna fumble. But then there's just other dogs that are just different in that sense. And that's why, for me, I'm constantly coming up and understanding the universal ways of being. That we're going to be able to specialize into certain things to be able to, like, say, fast track your success or change something. But there needs to be like a universal thing that everybody can do that is so simple that we can universally get very just concrete results that we're looking for from our dogs. And that's the stuff that I want to talk about. That's the stuff that I want to keep on sharing. It's the stuff that I'm going to continuously keep on saying every single day, and somehow be able to show every single day of what I'm talking about. And just having you a leash and having a dog stay with you. So don't pet the dog. Don't touch the dog. Don't even look too much at the dog. Don't give the dog no treats. Don't give him no toys. And just allow the dog to come to you, to see you, to understand you. And how long do I have to not do this stuff for? To me, the main thing that I'm going to say is, I know, because I've got faith on this planet of a higher being, understanding than myself. But there's a time that just something happens that you just look at your dog and your dog looks at you, and now you know something's changed. What's going on? Like, I'm not like getting frustrated. I'm not like irritated. I'm not like having to just do it anymore. I'm just like, wow, we're around. And if you're just taking your dog for a walk places and you just notice, like, where'd my dog go? And it's so close to you, it's with you. The little signs like that are going to start to happen, that you're going to understand when to take the next steps. And each dog is different. Some dogs, it's 15 seconds. I put leash on dog, the dog's there, and it comes straight to me. It's like, hey, what's up? How's it going? What are we going to do now? You have a very nice, agreeable dog. And there's other dogs that you give them that 6-foot leash, they're 6 feet away and they stay there for months. Months, a dog can stay there. It can just like, I don't want nothing to do with you. And that's the part where we can't rush it. And we rush it by throwing treats at them. We rush it by trying to engage toy play with them. We rush it by trying to hold them. You see a scared dog in the shelter, the first thing you want to do is, oh, I need to give that baby hugs. That is the last thing that you need to do. The last thing you need to do is try to give that dog that's scared in the shelter some treats. That's the last thing you should do. The main thing that you should do is just put the dog on a dang on leash and just hang out with it. And just watch how day by day, like the only way I can say it is watch the magic happen. Watch how things just start to get much, much better for you. Watch how your crazy madness and world of life is going to start to calm down. Watch how you're going to start to, you trust your dog. Some of y'all don't right now, but most of y'all trust your dog, that you're going to see just an explosion of it. Just like, man, I could take my dog and I'm fine anywhere. I'm good, man. When your dog could just look like this, it's just anywhere you go, you're in a whole, Oreo, Johnny, you're in a whole different realm of life. Just, you're not like, oh my God, oh my God. You're not scared of, oh my God, I might drop the leash. You're just like relaxed, man. And you want to get to that point, because when your body is like that, man, your dog is going to absolutely appreciate you like crazy. Just insane appreciate you being just not so much on edge. And that's the part of the calmness that I want to be explained. But you can't just fake it. You can't. You got to have some sort of, for us as humans, it just is what it is. We need to see something. We need to have some sort of proof to be able to just say, okay, now I trust. You need some sort of proof. And that proof is what I want to be able to explain to you on how to just have the dog on a leash and just hang out with it. And know that if you drop the leash, oh, I don't need to be on no rampage. I could just pick it up and just, okay, we're fine. You don't need to be on edge with every little thing. And the more that you're not, the more that that dog is going to look at you like you are the world's greatest, just amazing leader. Like nothing makes you flinch. You see a squirrel and you're just like, oh, that don't mess with me. You see another dog and you're like, oh, that don't bother me. You see people and it's like, oh, none of that bothers me. None of it. Because you've been able to have that time to be able to see your dog relax and calm down, as opposed to seeing your dog always just anxious and going wild. And that's what the treats bring. That's what the toys bring. That's what the pet and affection bring. It brings just a excitable thing coming up. It's just, you see how she starts to look at me when I'm like that. She's like, what the heck's going on? Now when I'm doing that, now that I'm putting that in there, now we're both looking at each other like, what's next? What do we do? Where are we going? As opposed to just do nothing, to allow the dog to just bond to you. And once it's bonded, once it looks at you as the world's greatest thing, you're not having much issues. And again, something that we really need to think about. The bonding process has already happened with that dog somewhere else. And now you are trying to swoop in and be something new. That is time. That is patience. That is a forgiveness for when they mess something up, when they take a sock from you, when they chew a little bit up on you. Know that that's just what they used to do. But they're going to come here to try to hopefully find something new. Somebody who is patient with them. Somebody who is going to guide them to show them the right ways of going and being. Someone that's going to be able to just do right by them, man. And each dog is so different with this. And that's where if you're like, I got, but I don't even want to say that. You need a baseline to start with to even go anywhere. If you don't have a baseline of having trust and respect with your dog, having a good relationship with your dog, there's no reason to go to the next steps. And that's the main thing that we're struggling with today with everything that's going on. Did he go over there? Oreo? Where'd my dog go? There he is. Come here. The main thing that having that right relationship, you're trying to go to other places. You're trying to do too much too quick. And the dogs are stumbling and fumbling because they don't know what's going on. They just came from some craziness and now they're here and they're just like more craziness and they're just like, what is happening? And then everyone's wondering, oh my goodness, this dog, why did my dog bite my kid? Because we don't know the whole story with these dogs. And we need to just get a good clear understanding that we need a baseline. and a baseline on every single person, every dog. I don't care if you've had that dog since 8 weeks old at this point. If your dog is acting like a fool right now and you don't know what to do, you've been trying sit, you've been trying down, you've been trying place, you've been trying heel, you've been trying the recall stuff, you've been trying all these things, and you're not getting any sort of success. I want you to start a whole new baseline of just put the dog on leash and hang out with it. And again, if what I'm saying is absolutely nothingness, y'all dog trainers out there should be trying to get every single person to hear what I have to say so that they stumble and fumble and they have to hire you at this point. But I'm already trying to fire myself before I don't want nothing from you. I want you to have a great dog, an amazing dog, the dog that you enjoy, the dog that you could just hang out with and relax with, the dog that you can speak to and it just does. And the leash is just there because the law says that it has to be on the dog when you go out. But I'm going to tell you this right now. I walk by all kinds of people with my shepherd. He's off leash pretty much 90% of the time. I get him pulling now because it's kind of fun. I like him in his harness and they tag team and they get to pulling. And sometimes we get to running real good. So I'm excited for the future to see what to do with that. But majority of the time, everyone sees this dog off leash and no one has said a single thing because the dog he's good to go. He's calm. Even if he is further away from me, you could see the demeanor in the dog that he's not like, oh, he's just relaxed. He's just chill. And that's what this dog is going to hopefully end up being at some point one day. And I'm not here to rush it. I was trying to rush it. And I was doing wrong by her. To another dog, it may have been fine. But for her, I was rushing it. And that's something that, again, I don't want anybody to do this technique and that technique and this technique. I want you to do the one thing that I'm going to say, which is no technique, which is just let it all go and just relax and hang out and just be. And I'm telling you, if you're not getting anywhere, if nothing's happening, that's the first time you did that one on me because you know I ain't paying attention to her. That's when you put too much trust in without a leash on too soon. You mess up. Oreo, all done. She's like, I'm about to go get that chicken. I'm not going to make that mistake again with this dog. Giving her too much freedom too soon. Too much freedom too soon could just mess everything up that you've been doing. Giving them too much play and too much treats too soon, that can mess up everything that you got going on. That's why you got to just slow it all down. Just take it back, dial it down, and just relax, man. Just relax. And just enjoy the process of being able to get your dog into a better place. And if you're not seeing anything going on, anything, and you're just like, this is dumb, then cool. Just go find that next technique from someone that's going to be able to, we might have to hold that for a second. There's someone that's going to, man, it's crazy windy today. There's someone that's going to be able to give you that level of success that you're looking for. But the main thing that I do know is majority of just everything that I'm seeing out here, the reason that someone is even stumbled and fumbled upon Mr. Mark Anthony DeBose Jr. standing here is because you're not getting anything from anything else that you've been doing. And worst case scenario, you're deep in on this. You got money. You got money. You got enough to buy a new vehicle into this, and you're not seeing anything. At least if I put $15,000 into the dog, at least I want to be able to see the dog. Like I should have like a premium looking dog, man, that I could go do anything with. But that's not what you're getting. And that's why I want to be able to say something to be able to help you out with realizing that you don't need nothing else but just you and a simple leash and a dog. And again, I don't care what leash. Slip leash to me is just easy. I don't need anything with it. I don't need to add anything to it. I just have a leash because I like my dogs naked all the time. I don't like no collars on them. I don't like no nothing. So it's easy. But the main thing is I don't want to, that's a perfect way of saying it. I don't want to train a dog with a leash. I want to train a dog to understand me, that I'm the thing to pay attention to, not the leash, not the this, not the that, not the anything, but me. I'm the thing that they should be paying attention to. And that's where you start to get a completely different type of situation with your dog, as opposed to needing this, needing that, needing. I want the leash to just be a little thing that's just making sure that they can't take off from me. Because once they realize that they can't take off from me, they just start to stay close. And then when they start to stay close, they start to I don't need him to be all on me. They don't need to be like next to me. But I know when I speak like, hey, Johnny, I don't need him to be, he's always in tune with everything that I say. I don't need him to be there, but that's what the start is, to be here. And then you can let them go. And then they only go so far. I mean, like my neighbor's, he's actually standing right there. His dog's right there, pestering the heck out of my Oreo. I let him go chase the fence. They like it. They have fun with it. But as long as he comes back, I don't care. He can do it all he wants. And he still knows he has limitations behind him. Because both of these dogs, they stuck. Look at him, he's stuck. He's like, I'm about to go get it. But they hold back because they have an ear on me all the time. And this is something as simple as this is what I would want everyone to be able to have with your dog. And I didn't get this because I trained this dog in one of the most expensive dog training schools that we have right now in the United States, and using all the stuff that they did and his off-leash advanced obedience test. I got like a 90-something on it, and so I got a 96 on his first basic obedience, a 92 on his intermediate, and I think I got a 94 on his advanced. It was a 94, it was another 96. But he had almost perfect scores for all his tests. He was premium looking. He looked really good. But then once I took that collar off, once I took that leash off, once I even had a collar on, I put him out here. It was a whole different mess. It was mess. This boy was barking at the donkey. He was barking at the wind. He was barking. He was pacing the house. He was breaking out of kennels. He was doing the absolute most. He was just being the mess. So I had to come up with something else because all that stuff wasn't working. It wasn't working. And then that's why now today I'm telling you what I'm doing. I'm seeing it work. And for anyone that's just like not sure, I'm telling you to do something that is not, evasive to the dog, that is not mean to the dog, that is not ruthless to the dog. It is just hanging out with the dog. We're not adding anything extra to the dog. We're not taking anything away from the dog. We're just hanging out with the dog. And I found that. How the heck did I get that by doing nothing and just hanging out with the dog? It's just mind-blowing to me. And that's just one of the others. They all started doing this stuff. The more that I got away from everything that everyone was trying to tell me that I needed to do. Thank you.